Hey, everybody, it's Jimmy and Bill. It's literally like 39 degrees right now, yeah, 38. And we're like bundled up, you know. In the summer, we freaking dying. So if people are saying, hey, it doesn't get cold in Florida, it gets freaking really cold.
Yeah, and it's really windy today. It's like the wind's blowing like 20 miles an hour, so it makes it worse.
So we're not in New York or anything like that. We're still in Florida, but it's just freaking freezing. Yeah. But Bill,
we're gonna go eat our gyros and tarpon like normal. But.
Yeah. So Bill, here's an interesting one.
Okay.
And this one I'm going to rely a lot on you because you do a lot of sales on new construction. I do the inspections, but builders could potentially disrupt, but the article goes on to say, or destroy the existing housing market in Florida. Right off the bat, I'm going to say it can't destroy the housing market, but it could disrupt it. Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's dive in and we'll debate
let's debate what these people are saying. Can new construction really do that? And I have my opinions on it. Stay till the end, but I think I have a valid point why it could do some disruptions on it. In the meantime, do me a favor, consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel, and it's greatly appreciated. All right, Bill. Oversupply housing. Influx of new homes can oversaturate the market, reducing demand for existing homes, causing prices to drop. Let me give you my 2 cents.
I would say we might be skipping to the end real quick here.
But I know 2 people that technically were looking at used homes.
Okay.
And then they stopped by a new build center in Wesley Chapel where you are. And they're like, hey, the new construction is actually cheaper than these existing homes.
Depending on where you are, yeah. There's a lot into this, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and the builder gave them a lot of incentives, okay? So, right there, they lost 2 sales to new construction. And I'll tell you guys at the end if I would buy new construction. But you don't think that's happening a lot?
Nope.
No?
No, because I think it's 2 different messages.
All right,
when we're talking oversupply of housing versus I've decided that a new construction home is a better value. Those are 2 different things. They're polar opposites. And oversupply of housing, just going off of the article, right? It's depending on where you're at. I can really only speak heavily to Tampa Bay, but nationally, we are so far behind in homes to home buyers, like humans that can purchase a home. I'm not talking about people who are sitting on the sidelines. I'm just talking about after the economic crisis that we had, where the builders got into a bad position, all the subprime loans and all the other stuff where we had the big downturn in 06, 07. Mm-hmm. The builders got super gun shy on building new homes. So then we fast forward and now we have a home inventory crisis. Now, I know inventory here in Florida is climbing up, but in other areas of the country, the inventory is not climbing nearly as fast as we are here. And we're still building new homes. And we still have to build new homes because our population is continuing to grow and we don't have enough homes to supply the population.
Well, let me put my 2 cents in there.
And that's just national.
I just think there's plenty of homes to buy, but there's lack of affordable homes. I don't think homes are affordable.
I'm talking nationally.
Nationally, I don't think the homes are affordable.
You're to really go down that path in every single tiny little market and micro market would be really difficult. Have home sales slowed? Yes. Has the average price point hit into the 400s nationally? Yes. Because that's the national average, but that's just the middle. That's like the average of them all. So,
all right. What about this one? Modern amenities. New homes often feature modern designs, energy efficient systems, and smart home technology that make older homes less desirable.
Yeah, to a certain extent, I think that's 100% correct. So every couple of years, as building trends change, technology changes, the new construction homes will almost undoubtedly be more energy efficient. And there's an expense to that, of course, But when you're averaging that out over energy costs, because we are trying to be a little bit more energy efficient as a country, which is great, and we need to be. We need to. The technology is there. Blown-in insulation, and it's so archaic, for lack of a better word, but it works. But why don't the builders here use spray foam insulation? Now, I know there's pros and cons to the spray foam insulation, and there are a couple builders actually that are using the spray foam insulation, and we put it in on a friend of mine's house when we built that.
I see spray foam all the time in multi-million-dollar homes.
Right, but it should be in every home because it changes your energy costs tremendously.
Yeah, they have spray. I believe in that.
Yeah. Right. And it's been around for a long time. Up north's been using it for 20, 30 years. So this is not new technology, but it just never quite gets here.
This is one of the reasons why I think that they're going to disrupt the regular housing market. It's competitive pricing. Builders may undercut prices to attract buyers, putting downward pressure on existing home values. And I'm going to put a double-edged sword on this one because I'm going to go into mortgage rates also, because builders could buy down the mortgage rate. Not that you can't do it on a conventional, regular existing home, but builders have more deep pockets.
Because builders can buy mortgages in bulk and get a better rate.
Right.
So they can offer it to you because they're buying in such volume. Right.
But the overall prices, like if you look at an existing home, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, so let's just say in Wesley Chapel that's 10 years old, and then you go to the Build Center, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath that's brand new. And I did this research before we came here to do this video, and they're pretty much priced the same.
Depending on where you go. So at least you're talking in my backyard, so I can speak on that a little bit.
Go for it.
So now if you go, let's take, right around Tampa Prime outlets, it's a huge mall, the interstate and all that stuff, Seven Oaks, Tampa Prime, Epperson, all those areas, right?
Yep.
Kind of in the hub of Wesley Chapel. Older communities, starting in the Seven Oaks area, they've been around for about 20 years. And then you've got Wiregrass Ranches, which is right across the street from Seven Oaks. Now those houses still have new construction going in on the far side phases. And it's very hard to get a house there, a new construction home there, lower than a resale house in some of those neighborhoods. Yeah, tremendously hard. To a certain point. So it's just to a certain point. Because the builders know the numbers in the neighborhood, because that's their competition.
Right.
You know what I mean? They know that. They know what their competition is. But you're getting, if you're weighing out your options, you got a 10-year-old house versus a brand new house, you might pay a little bit more for it because now you don't have to worry about, in 10 years, a new roof, water heater, air conditioner, things of that nature. But now if you go outside of the little hub a little bit further, now you're basically flipping the script because you're going 15, 20 minutes away from the hub where everything is right now. Like every restaurant, all the ease and access to Tampa, movies, just everything that goes on in the town center, basically, 40 some odd restaurants, 3 malls. Now you go 20 minutes down the road and you're in the pastures. There's still land out there. So those houses will probably be a little less expensive.
All right, but it could be a problem. The other thing too is that they're going to disrupt some people are more, you can do customizable options on new homes.
Yeah.
Because in existing homes you can't.
Right, you're going to have to pay for the house, then tear out the stuff, and then remodel the house. And then you got to weigh your option. Is it worth just buying a new construction home?
So it goes to the next one. New construction, energy efficiency. Buyers favor more new homes because of better insulation, solar panels, high efficiency appliances over older homes with higher utility cost.
It kind of goes back to what we mentioned before with the insulation. Insulation, the blown insulation, it settles, it settles over time, and you've got to have it added in again. A 10-year-old air conditioner is going to be significantly less efficient than a brand new modern air conditioner from 2025.
Here's another one, lower maintenance costs. We talked about that. New homes come with warranties, existing homes don't. So they're going to hurt,
I don't know if that would I don't know how much that would actually hurt, because lower maintenance costs with the warranty wise, I don't necessarily think that that's the issue. It's more, I think it would be more lower maintenance costs just because everything's new.
Right. But, you know, I just think that some people just don't, you know, when they want to buy something brand new, like you're buying a car, you know, you're like, hey, you know what, I pay an extra $2,000, I got a brand new car instead of a used one.
Of course. Oh, and if that was the case,
yeah,
even the customer that I spoke with last night, that's what we weighed out. We looked at new build and we looked at resale to compare.
Here's a big one that I think compares to new construction, even doing like buy down rates for mortgages, but I think this is a big one too. So these developers are building things like parks, pools, clubhouses. I'm not talking about like a pool, like, you know, in the older communities.
No. They're like my neighborhood.
Yeah, they're building like lagoons. You know?
Yeah.
They're doing all these amenities, swings for the kids. This park is for, you know, 5-year-olds. This park is for 10 years. It's just the crazy stuff, you know?
We have a cafe in our community center that's manned. Hamburgers, hot dogs, chips, ice cream, sodas. There's staff members there every single day.
Yeah.
They'll cook, which, you know, they have a menu. It's a small menu. It's but it's staff. That's in the neighborhood's community center, and there's a movie theater.
You know, I'm taking this course for something, and I'll explain to you guys what it is later, but one of the questions was, you know, they build these parks in these planned communities, and then they have dedication ceremonies.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't realize a dedication ceremony is they're actually donating the park to the town or the county or the subdivision because they don't want to do anything about it. They're done. They don't want to be responsible for it. They don't want to maintain it. That's what a dedication. I was like, I thought, you know, they do the shovel and they break, and they're like, oh, this is a dedication. It's basically saying, the builder's saying, hey, you know what? I don't want to deal with this park anymore. I'm building so we can sell these houses, but you guys take it over.
Right, because it's going to go over to the CDD, which most places have when you have infrastructure. When you have infrastructures like what we just mentioned with the community centers and the luxury pools and things like that, you're going to have a community development district. We won't get into the details because it does a lot more than just that. But that's what it's paying for, the maintenance and upkeep of your greenscapes, the fountains and gates and all the other stuff that goes along with whatever you have in your community.
I just thought, I didn't know that's what it's, a dedication ceremony is really like, hey, we're done building houses. We don't want to deal with it anymore. It's yours.
And it's yours now.
First-time home buyer in this incentives. Many builders, you know, when you go and buy an existing house, you're just dealing with the homeowner and, you know, whatever. But if you went to a build center, they could do a lot of incentives for first-time home buyers.
They could, and I think, you know, I don't know, I'm trying to think of anything that would differ from like having a private mortgage, you know, with just like a regular mortgage, first-time home buyer incentive program. I haven't seen anything recently for first-time buyers. It's just buyers, period, right now. Like one of the builders is doing a deal for FHA loans, you know, to kind of help that first-time buyer. So I guess that could kind of be a first-time buyer program.
What about this one? You know, high volume sales. Builders can flood the market with new homes quickly, reducing the scarcity of housing, weakening bargaining power for existing homeowners. So like they put a whole bunch of homes up for sale, like say, oh, we want to get out of this area, we could blow it out. And you know, not for nothing, but if you're buying a house from an existing homeowner that lived there for the last 10 years, it's more of an emotional sale for that person. These builders really don't care. That's a product for them.
That's why they don't negotiate. It's just, this is the price.
Yeah, it's a product.
Yeah.
I have no emotional...
It's a number.
It's a number.
It's a number. They know what their margin is, and they don't want to go backwards in their margin because that hurts the overall value of the house, or of the community, excuse me. And then that's why they also don't, they try not to do discounts. They'll give you, like if it's tough market, they might give you some incentives or an extra bump for a package, you know, for extra, you know, tile or a nicer doors or something along those lines. But
so here, well, let's touch on a few more.
Yep.
Aggressive marketing. They definitely have the budget to freaking market new homes.
But if you think about it, well, no, I guess that they could technically outpace regular sales, but I mean, because they put on Zillow, they put it on Realtor.com, they're everywhere, just like any other house would be, but they do have the ability to outmarket you. And specifically, if they have a build center and you come in, now you've given them their information, they've got you now they're in the system.
Here's another thing. This is the thing I was talking about at the beginning, why I think that they're going to disrupt. If you're buying a home, okay, a lot of times if somebody else is buying a home, you have to wait till they sell, they move out, they do this, and you have to go in there and paint. It's more of okay, I like this house and I can close as fast as I can get a mortgage. And so everything's done. It's move-in condition.
If it's built, yeah.
If it's
for
built,
the new construction, yeah. If it's a quick move-in.
Yeah, spec homes,
Yeah, so if it's a quick move-in.
Or track homes.
Well, they're all track homes technically.
Yeah.
But where, as the definition would go, but they are more move-in special. So they call them quick move-ins because they've built them, somebody maybe backed out, or they just try to have a few for those people who do need to buy a house in the next 30 days.
Well, basically, a track home is one that the builders have just built it the way they want it, and hopefully they find a buyer for it.
That's most of them now.
That's most of them now.
Yep.
Custom built home it's like they're not even going to build it until they actually have a buyer first.
Right. And the trend has gone to where they have designers kind of pre-design a certain group of amenities into the homes because that's what people want. So they'll build them up to like the 50-60% range, and then you can kind of, so when you go into the build center, you get the sheet. Like I get a sheet because I have relationships with all the reps in the build centers. They email them to me, so I know what the new inventory is each week.
I mean, do I think that, to answer the question, do I think that builders are going to disrupt the Florida housing market? I think in certain areas they will, like Wesley Chapel. I think that new builders, Land O'Lakes, Wesley Chapel, certain areas, I think they will disrupt the existing home sales. Places like where we are now, Tarpon Springs, Dunedin, Clearwater, that's already built up. If somebody wants to live there, there's not a lot of new construction going on there.
Right, and you got to remember, most of the country doesn't have a ton of new construction going on. You know what I mean? When speaking as a whole, compared to resale versus new construction. There's places that have a ton of new construction, don't get me wrong.
So do you agree with me or disagree with me?
No, I don't agree with you. I don't think that new construction, speaking specifically here to our area, I don't think new construction is going to disrupt our market. Because for the reasons kind of what you already brought up. If you want to live in Clearwater or Dunedin, you're talking, you might find somebody who, for instance, like this piece of land right here, you might find somebody someday puts a house here because the owner finally sells it. That's one home.
Yeah.
So,
but you're not going to have track homes.
We're not going to have planned developments in Pinellas County because it's already developed. You're going to need to go out to Wesley Chapel, Zephyr Hills.
All right, so let me rephrase the question to you, okay? And you guys comment too. Do you think that builders are going to disrupt the housing market of existing homes in Wesley Chapel?
Nope. I really don't. There's too many people moving to Wesley Chapel. There's too much stuff coming in out there. I mean, they're building where you can see how much traffic is just
increased. Can you pull a list and say there's more existing home sales than new construction sales in Wesley Chapel?
There'll be more there's more new construction home sales. I can tell you that right now. I know the number off that. There's more new construction home sales than existing home sales in Wesley Chapel, but you got to be careful because technically Wesley Chapel stops at some of the new construction stuff now because it's almost, Wesley Chapel as a whole is almost built out. So now you're getting into what would technically be Zephyr Hills. Mm-hmm. Even though it's like 3 minutes away from downtown, 4 minutes away from downtown, it's Zephyr Hills.
True.
So it's kind of a hard
let us know what you guys think. Do you think that new construction could put a hamper on, existing home sales? Do you think they're going to get efficient that it pays to buy new construction over existing homes? Me, I wouldn't buy new construction, me personally, because I want to see what the neighborhood is after 20 years. You know, new construction, it's like, what is it going to look like 20 years from now? You know, that's just me personally. And like Bill always says, I hate gates. So
Jimmy doesn't like gates and long roads.
No.
So like, and I thought about you yesterday.
Yeah.
I did, because I had that customer with me that knows us from the channel. So thank you.
Yeah.
But I was laughing because when I brought them into a neighborhood, we left the build center and I brought them into a neighborhood, but I took them on the main road. And then I giggled inside because I'm like, oh, Jimmy would hate that we drove through the neighborhood versus he would drive on the main road to go up to the front.
Yeah.
Because it's like 2.5 miles. But what I wanted them to see is where they were, so they could orient themselves as to, you know, location. But I did laugh about that, you know, when we were talking when we got to the other property.
Yeah, so anyways, but that's my 2 cents. Anyways, appreciate it. Do me a favor, subscribe, watch this video. I picked it out just for you guys. We're freezing here, so we're gonna go eat some Greek food and head home, and we'll talk to you in the next one.
See you on the next video.
Thank
Thanks.
you.